Today, I am one of the people who carved the stones you have been wondering about. We live approximately 11,000 years ago. There is no iron yet, no bronze, no writing, and no wheel. There is no Egypt as a state, no Hittites, and no Sumerians. We are groups of hunter-gatherers. We gather on this hill at certain times of the year, especially in late summer and early autumn, because game is abundant then, and the wild grain has ripened. Our gatherings are for large projects that require many hands, as well as for meetings between different groups. At sunrise, we wake up. We rekindle the fire, then we immediately decide how the day's work will be divided. The hunting groups take their spears and bows and set out to follow herds of gazelles. Some track wild aurochs or wild boars, while others hunt birds. The gatherers collect wild wheat, barley grains, and other edible plants. Others search for almonds, pistachios, wild fruits, and edible roots. Those responsible for water bring it from nearby springs in clay vessels or containers made from animal skins. The other stonemasons and I head straight to the quarry. On some days, instead of working in the quarry, we work in the carving area. At the quarry, we first choose a suitable layer of rock. Because the rock layers are horizontal, we cut grooves around the edges using flint tools. As the channel becomes deeper, we weaken the rock with wooden wedges, levers, and occasionally fire. Once the stone is separated from the bedrock, we smooth its edges. Then we prepare it to be transported here. This stage alone takes several days. After extracting the stone, we do the initial shaping near the quarry, so there is less weight to carry during transport. When carving the pillars, we follow a specific order. First, we shape the main outlines, and only then do we move on to the finer details. We carve the snake with its body coiled, the fox in mid-run, the vulture with its wings spread wide, the wild boar with its powerful tusks, the crane with its long legs, and the lion with its strong, commanding stance. These are all animals we encounter regularly in the world around us. Each one is carved onto a different face of the pillar. Our tools become dull quickly, so we constantly make new flint points. By striking flint with hammerstones, we produce razor-sharp flakes. That, too, is a skill of its own. To move the massive pillars, we work according to a careful plan. First, we clear every obstacle from the path. Then, we lay thick tree trunks in a line. We secure the stone with ropes. One group pulls from the front, while another pushes from behind, or carries the logs forward as the stone advances. Sometimes, we pour water onto the ground to reduce friction. 20 or 30 people are not always enough. At times, much larger teams are needed. Moving the stone even a few meters can take a great deal of time. The hardest part is raising it upright inside the pit. Everyone must apply force in the same direction at the same time. Once it is standing, we support it with stones around its base. Preparing food is another major task. As soon as the hunters return with meat, we divide it among the group. Some of it is roasted over the fire, while the rest is boiled in large stone vessels. We grind wild grain on grinding stones for a long time until it becomes flour. We mix the flour with water to make a thick porridge. In large limestone vessels, we cook it by dropping in stones that have been heated in the fire. We also grind almonds and pistachios and add them to the meal. Throughout the day, we eat nuts and leftover pieces of meat as small snacks. During the great gatherings, the scale is much larger. Hundreds of kilograms of meat and grain are processed. Bones are broken open so the marrow can be eaten. Nothing is wasted. Sometimes we leave grain mixtures in containers for a while to produce a softer texture or a different flavor. We do not live here permanently. Most of the time, we travel and camp in smaller groups across different regions. We come to this hill for work that requires many hands and to gather with other groups. Nearby, we build simple shelters with stone foundations, branches for support, and roofs covered with grass or animal hides. We light fires inside them and rest there. When the weather becomes very hot, we take short breaks in the shade. If it rains, the work slows down, and we protect our tools and food. During the winter months, the groups become more scattered, and fewer people remain here. Injuries and health problems are unavoidable. Carving stone leaves cuts on our hands, and our backs often ache. Hunting can result in injured arms or legs. When that happens, we leave that work behind and take on lighter tasks while we recover. Experienced people crush certain plants to make healing salves and dress wounds. For broken bones, we use wooden splints. Our teeth gradually wear down from years of grinding grain. Sometimes we try to ease pain with stones heated in the fire. Overall, however, our active way of life keeps our bodies strong. Even the elders continue to pass on their knowledge and help with lighter work. Children and young people learn skills from an early age. They carry water, gather stones, and accompany the hunters. They stand beside the stonemasons and watch how the tools are used. Girls help their mothers gather plants and prepare food. Boys learn hunting techniques. Little by little, everyone learns their role. In this way, knowledge is passed from one generation to the next. During the evenings or while resting, the elders tell stories of past hunts and explain how tools are made. We often speak with people who have traveled here from distant groups. They tell us about the different kinds of stone in their lands, their hunting techniques, the rare plants they have found, and the locations of reliable water sources. In return, we share what we have learned here. We exchange items such as seashells and high-quality flint. These exchanges strengthen the bonds between our groups. Marriages are sometimes discussed during these gatherings as well. New arrivals occasionally suggest different animal designs or new ways of arranging the pillars. In the evening, we sit around the fire. We talk about the day's hunt, how far the stone has been moved, and whether anyone has been injured. We decide which pillars should be given priority in the coming days. On some evenings, stories of great hunts are shared. We discuss how different animals behave and which regions are the most productive. These conversations help us rest, but they also preserve valuable knowledge. Sometimes, disagreements between groups are settled around the same fire. The decisions about these structures are made by our elders and the most experienced members of the group. They organize who will work where, how much food must be prepared, and which quarry will be used. Everyone's contribution matters. No one person could raise these pillars alone or prepare so much food by themselves. Only by working together and sharing our efforts can we accomplish such great tasks. Even after the pillars are raised, we continue to maintain them. Over time, we add new structures. Some pillars are arranged in circular enclosures with places to sit between them. There, we gather, eat together, and talk. On some days, instead of carving stone, I help the hunters or the gatherers. That allows me to see every part of our work firsthand. I learn where the grain grows and which routes the hunters follow. This knowledge helps with my stone carving because I better understand which animals should be carved onto each pillar. When the work is finished or the seasons change, the groups disperse. Everyone returns to their own lands. Until the next gathering, we continue hunting gathering and living in small camps. Tomorrow, I will rise before sunrise once again. I will return to the quarry, prepare my tools, and continue carving. The work on this hill never truly ends. When one group leaves, another arrives. The pillars will remain here. Those who come after us will work just as we do, and they too will see these stones. Even 11,000 years later. Are you still fascinated by them?